Nigel'S, calling things out as you like it, especially for his fair-minded friends.
Hello, Chakabartis. Thank you for joining me, moi, Nigel'S, entertainment entrepreneur. Hilary, you're already having a go at me. Yes, well, moi, Hilary's my friend, really. But Hilary likes me to qualify by saying, Nigel, when you say entertainment entrepreneur, remember, it's being a legend in your own lunchtime. Thank you, Hilary. But of course, thank you to all my viewers for joining moi, and also my fair-minded equitable friends. And this, of course, indicates I'm live and in person. The icon for live and in person. No artificial intelligence here, and maybe no intelligence at all, Hilary. But my fair-minded friends have said, Nigel, this particular time, will you talk about celebrity? Celebrity, and it arises from these new regulations published by the BBC, often known years ago as the Broken Biscuit Corporation. And I do like chocolate digestives, Hilary. Anyway, the BBC have published some regulations following the debacle, the disagreement with some people over Gary Lineker and comments they made, because as a footballer legend and also an iconic presenter of a sports programme on the BBC, there was some who said, no, Gary Lineker shouldn't comment on politics and things like that. And so they brought in these regulations. And my friends said, Nigel, what do you think? Well, what do I think? I couldn't really care. I think those who do care are misunderstanding or have forgotten what celebrity is all about. Now, Gary Lineker, and apologies for concentrating on Gary, but that's topical. I mean, yes, Carol Vorderman for that matter. They've become celebrities because of what they did either on the football pitch or in show business. So that's what they're qualified to speak about as a celebrity. Now, of course, everyone thinks, well, we're influencers, so we can say about other things, and of course we can. But it's a misconception I've found over the years for celebrities to think that they are accepted as being knowledgeable about something that they can't really claim to have any experience about other than their own opinion. And they are welcome to their own opinion. But those who forget what celebrity is all about. Celebrity is someone that everyone likes. We all think they're wonderful. Stop. It's only worth liking something that others dislike. Because unless you generate the dislikes, it doesn't build up the likes. So if, for example, my association with Manchester, you either loved Manchester City or what? Manchester City, they're terrible. And it's blue. No. We like Manchester United because City are terrible. Manchester United? No. They're terrible. They've got red. No, we're blue. We're Manchester City. You either like them or you dislike them. You like Elton John or you dislike Elton John. You liked Margaret Thatcher or you hated Margaret Thatcher. The same with Tony Blair. You can go on and on and on. Celebrities generate dislikes in the way they generate likes. So when they say something, they're appealing to their supporters, but do they actually get their supporters to change their mind when it comes to politics? And I would suggest to say that they do is over-egging the equation quite a lot. For example, when it comes to the media, an ideal newspaper title which reflects everything is the Daily Mirror, because that's what the media does if it wants to generate a response. It reflects what their readership expect. And if they publish something and it doesn't get a reaction, well, we won't go with that one. We won't. In the same way, The Guardian publishes something that their readership expects. If they try to change it, well, they just won't buy The Guardian or The Mirror anymore. So in the same way that Gary Lineker, when they're talking about football, well, they'll say, oh yes, that's wonderful. What he said about that match, wonderful. But when they drift into politics, the idea that people change their politics because of what a celebrity, some of the persuasion has said, really is a little bit too far. And indeed, celebrities do have a problem. If they appear everywhere, then they actually become like pepper. Because pepper, you need pepper to keep the spice of life going, but too much pepper and you sneeze. And so celebrities always have to be careful, because too much publicity can adversely impact their ability to remain a celebrity. And of course, the one thing they can do, which then the politicians and the newspapers all exaggerate, but of course they need the headlines, they can generate complaints. So if somebody says, well, Gary shouldn't have said that, those who support him, even though they might not agree with what they've said, will say, how dare you say that Gary can't say that? Of course Gary can say it. And it's the same for everything. So when we've got this thing now about GB News, off come thousands of complaints. Well, of course there'll be thousands of complaints. Because in the same way that GB News are building up a following, regardless of what they've said and whether you agree or not, there are those who say, no, we need to shut GB News down, in the same way that those who voted Remain for the EU, they'll say, and they never give up, we need to shut down the Brexiteers. Now, that's not taking sides. It's just that once you've decided to like something, you will continually support them, even though you might not agree with what they've actually said. And you will defend their rights to say it. So the idea that the BBC have brought out these new regulations, well, it's a rod for their own back. Because I'd be saying, no, let Gary decide whatever he wants, let him say. Because at the end of the day, if they say something that others don't like and it generates too much a response, then the pepper syndrome will take over and they'll all be sneezing. So there we are. So for me, well, have your regulations, have fun with them, but, well, Nigel, why do I care? And indeed, why should I care? Because nobody cares about moi. I've only got, 40 followers. 40 followers, so I could say something, but you watch. If overnight I suddenly had 1 million followers, influential. We can now generate complaints. I mean, Equity, the trade union for actors, variety entertainers, and other professionals across the United Kingdom, they can send out some information to 47,000 members and say, oh, look, we've got a wonderful response from 100 members. What? Whereas if I've got 39 followers and I get a response from 20, that's 50%, completely different ball game. But you see, you either like or dislike, and you can build it up as you want. But of course, there's that saying I like from Elvis Presley. Yes, we used to do rock and roll to that, didn't we? Yes, Elvis Presley said, the truth is like the sun. You can shut it out for a while, but it ain't going to go away. Yeah, well, no. Yes, my Jokeroonie ain't going to go away neither, is it, Hillary? No, what have you got for me? Regulars will know Hillary always chooses a little Jokeroonie that reflects what we've been talking about. So what have we got, Hillary? What's this one? What do they do? Sorry, just got to check. Yes. Well, all right, yes. You'll like this one. What do Gary Lineker and an equity magician have in common? You see, this is for the Actors Union, equity, yes. What do Gary Lineker and an equity magician have in common? Have you got it? Yes. They're both skilled at doing hat tricks. Pull the rabbit out of the hat. They're both skilled at doing hat tricks. In fact, Gary scored 5 hat tricks, was it, for England? Yes. Have I got that right? Well, of course, I'm never influenced by anything. So please join me again. And in the meantime, I mean, as though Gary would influence me, would you like a crisp? Would you? Well, it does happen to be a Walker's.